Hi, and welcome to Breath First Yoga. I'm Jenny, and today I'm going to put you through a 30-minute wonderful practice to do in the morning, help get your body moving, wake up, get ready for your day, and just tap into your body of today. So if you can find a mat, that would be wonderful. You don't need any props. If you want to have a block, that's always fine, and you can bring that in anytime you need it. Otherwise, just go ahead, make sure you can hear me. If you want to be able to see me, that's always wonderful too. But go ahead and get settled on your mat. Just come to a seated position. You can close your eyes or just gaze down, find a point on the ground and just kind of half close your eyes, gazing down at the ground at that point. So here we go. With your eyes closed, go ahead and just start taking some deep inhales and exhales. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Another inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Now go ahead and press your lips together and begin breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Try and match the number of inhale counts to the number of exhale counts. So if you inhale for 1, 2, 3, then exhale for 1, 2, 3. Start to settle into your body. Take notice of the areas that are touching the ground right now. Maybe your sit bones, your ankles, your feet, and become aware of how your body is feeling. Are you rigid and tight? Try and relax and soften. Start to let any of your to-do lists go. Right now, you're here for your body and for your mind. Anything you have to do, picture a suitcase or a trash can sitting next to you and go ahead and put it aside. You can grab it at the end of class if that's what you want to do, or you can leave it there. But right now, we're just going to focus on our breath and our body. Begin taking inventory of your body, starting at the crown of your head. Letting the muscles relax around your eyes. The corners of your mouth soften, your jaw loosen or drop. Your shoulders release from your ears. Your arms are heavy, hanging off of your shoulders. Hands resting on your thighs, palms down or up. Your back straight, but not hurting. Just a gentle sitting straight up. And your legs and glutes sinking into the earth below you, feeling weightless. Now take a 4-4 count. Inhale for 4 and exhale for 4. Focus on connecting your breath. So let your inhale go right into your exhale. Don't pause, just keep that continuous circle. And then your exhale goes right back into your inhale. if your mind starts to wander, as it probably will. Once you realize it, go ahead and bring it right back to your breath. Inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 4. Picture a bright white light at your heart center, filling your body with energy. That light is shooting out from the crown of your head, straight out from your chest and down through your sit bones. That is your love sharing with everyone around you that you touch, including yourself. Start to wiggle your fingertips. Turn your head from side to side. And go ahead and slowly open your eyes. Inhale your right ear to your right shoulder and take your right hand and just set it on top of your head. You can take your left arm and walk it out for a little bit of an extra stretch along your neck. Take a nice inhale and exhale. Inhale, drop your right hand, bring your head back to center, and then bring your left ear to your left shoulder, bringing your left hand on top of your head. Don't push down, just let it gently sit there and walk your right fingertips out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, go ahead and drop your hand back down. On an inhale, lean forward, hands on your knees, and start to rock your body to the right. And then as you get to the back, exhale. So we're going to do some body rolls just to start opening up our side bodies, back bodies, core, engage your core. So inhaling as you rock forward, exhaling as you rock back. Next time you're in the front, go ahead and start inhaling to the left. And then exhale back. Inhale as you come forward. Exhale back. Breathing through your spine, opening up your body. Come to neutral spine and go ahead and come to your hands and knees. So we will be with our hands, our wrists under our shoulders, and our knees under our hips. And on an inhale, we're gonna look up and drop our belly, open our chest, and inhale. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest and round your spine up to the ceiling into our cat. Inhale, look up, open your chest into your cow. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to chest, round your spine. Then inhale, come back to neutral. So your back is flat, you're looking down at your mat. Widen your knees apart, bringing your toes together, and then sit back on your heels. And you can walk your hands out a little bit so they lengthen forward, bringing your forehead to the mat. We're in our child's pose, and we're just going to start opening up our side body and our back body. Inhale, come up on your fingertips and walk your hands to the right and place your left hand on top of your right hand and then settle back down. Trying to keep that same 4-4 count through your practice. Inhale, coming up on your fingertips, walk them all the way over to the left side, placing your right hand on top of your left, and then settling back down, bringing that right hip back onto those heels. Inhale, walk your hands back to the front of your mat. Bring your hips up, curl your toes under, and then lift your hips up and back behind you into your downward facing dog, your first one of the day. You might get some cracks. If you need and your hamstrings are really tight, go ahead and widen your feet a little bit. Bend your knees, no matter what, just bend your knees and start opening up your legs and your hamstrings. And then ground through the palms of your hand, just letting your head really hang lightly between your hands. Gaze should be at your feet or the back wall. And just walk out 1 foot at a time, stretching through those Achilles. Take an inhale, gaze forward. Lift your right foot up and back behind you. And then exhale and step your right foot between your hands. If you need to grab your foot and help bring it up, you can. And on your inhale, bring your arms out and up overhead, staying up on the back toes, and your hips are facing the front wall or mirror. And we're in our crescent lunge. You want a 90-degree bend in your front leg. Try not to have your knee jutting out over your toes. You want it over your ankle. And really ground through your feet. Inhale, lengthen your back body. Exhale and hold. Inhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Plant your left hand and take your right arm, and you're gonna twist to the side as you open your chest. Bring your right arm up, facing the sky, reaching toward the sky, into a revolved crescent lunge. Engaging that back leg, helping with balance. Bring your hand back down to frame your foot. Step your right foot back to meet your left, and you will be in your plank pose. Your shoulders are over your hands. Engage your core. Take an inhale, tilt your pelvis under, and then exhale, lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk your feet out. Inhale your left leg up and back behind you. Exhale, step your left foot in between your hands. Inhale, hands come out and up overhead into our crescent lunge. And our feet should be in railroad tracks. You don't want them on a balance beam. That's obviously a lot harder balance-wise. Making those continuous circles with your breath. Exhale, hands come down to frame your foot. Plant your right hand and then twist to the left as you open up to the sky. Arms up. Inhaling and exhaling. Hands come down to frame your foot, stepping your left leg back into your high plank. Inhaling, engaging your core. Exhaling, lifting your hips up and back behind. Walk your feet out. Inhale, look forward between your hands. Exhale, tiptoe your toes up to the top of your mat. Hanging down in your forward fold. If your hands can't touch the mat, you can always grab blocks and put your hands on blocks, or you can always put them on your shins. But we want to hang down. You're going to grab opposite elbows, feet hips width apart, and we're just going to start rocking and opening up our hamstrings and back body. Bend your knees as much as you need. Go ahead and switch your grip. And then release your hands. And as you inhale, come up one vertebrae at a time, slowly uncurling your body. Head is the last to come up, shoulders up and down behind you. We'll meet in our Tadasana pose, which is our hands are down along our side, facing the front of the mat or the front of the mirror. And your feet are grounding down all three parts of your foot, your heel and each side of the ball of your foot, making that perfect triangle to help with balance. Ground down through your right foot. Bring your hands to heart center. And you're going to take your left foot and either just come up to your tiptoes and turn your knee out and have it rest alongside your shin of your right leg, or you can bring it up on your calf of your right leg, or if you want to grab it, you can pull it all the way up to the thigh of your right leg. And this is our tree pose. It really helps for balance if you find one focal point in front of you and you just gaze at it. You can also push in with your left leg into your right thigh, and that can help. And if you want to grow your tree, go ahead and lift your arms up, growing your tree. Inhaling for your count of 4 in that continuous circle, exhaling for count of 4. On your next exhale, bring your hands to heart center if they were open, and go ahead and drop your foot. Now ground into your left foot, coming up to the toes on your right. And again, you can turn your right knee out and bring your foot wherever it was on that other side. So if you want it on your calf, or if you want to bring it all the way up to your thigh. Hands at heart center, pushing together, or go ahead and grow your tree. Inhaling, dropping your shoulders so they're not up into your ears. On your exhale, bring your hands back to heart center and go ahead and bring your foot back down. Inhale, step your left foot back and drop your heel to the ground. So your left foot will be facing the long side of your mat. Your right foot is going to be a heel to arch alignment, and your arms are going to raise over your legs as you sink into that right foot, into our warrior 2. Your gaze should be over your front fingertips. And really feel that string elongating out of the crown of your head, raising your body. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Bring your left arm down to your back leg, and your right arm reaches for the sky, like you're pulling on a rope into our reverse triangle. Exhale, bend your front foot, bringing your arms back over to a T, and then reach forward as far as you can with your right arm, dropping your right elbow to your right knee as you lift your left arm up to the sky, or you can bring it all the way over along your ear So your bicep of your left arm is alongside your ear. And you really want to focus on rotating through your ribs and opening your chest up to that back corner wall. Your gaze can be up at the ceiling, can be straight out in front of you, or if it bothers your neck, you can always look down. Inhale, come to stand, straighten both legs. Pivot your right leg so it's parallel to the side of your mat. And turn your left leg so that it's pointing to the short side of your mat. And we're going to bend deep into our left knee as we gaze out over our left hand into our warrior two facing the back wall. Really put your weight through that back edge of your back foot to help straighten and ground you. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhaling, tick-tocking your arms down. Your right arm down, your left arm up to the sky, reaching high, elongating your side body into our reverse triangle. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your arms back down over your legs. Sinking into your left leg one more time. Inhale, reach forward with that left hand and then drop your left elbow to your left knee as your right arm reaches to the sky or keeps coming over so it's along your ear. Into our extended side angle. Opening that chest up to the ceiling. Inhale, straighten that leg, bringing your arms down. Hands come to hips. Both your toes should face the long edge of your mat. So if you bring your arms up, your ankles should technically be under your wrists. So you might need to walk your feet in a little bit or out a little bit. Then go ahead and bring your hands back to your hips. Inhale, look up to the sky, open your chest. Exhale, fold forward, bringing your hands down under your head. If you need blocks, you can grab some blocks and place your hands on blocks. Otherwise, go ahead and place them on the mat. Inhale, look forward, lift to your flat back. Exhale, walk your hands back so they're in line with your feet and drop your head and neck. So we're in our wide leg forward fold. And you really want to be grounding down through your legs, using your core muscles to engage your bend and not pulling with your shoulders. Your shoulders should be hanging kind of like angel wings. And your weight should be in the front of your feet, not your heels, but the padding of your feet. And again, inhaling for 4, exhaling for 4. Walk your hands out under your head. Bring your hands to your hips and go ahead and come to stand. Wonderful. Bring your feet together and you can stand in the middle of your mat, or if you'd like to turn and face the top of your mat, you can do that as well. So we'll go ahead and ground down through our right leg. We'll interlace our fingers and our hands and lift your left knee up. You can grab right under your left knee and stand just like this. Otherwise, if you want, you can bend forward and then interlace your hands below your foot, and you can stay just like this. Or you can extend your foot straight and you're in a standing head to knee pose with a straight left leg. And then go ahead and bring it back down and step it back down onto the ground. Ground down through that left leg and interlace your hands, lifting your right knee, and go ahead and grab below your right knee. If that feels great, you can bend forward and grab underneath your right foot, interlacing your fingers. And if that feels great, you can go ahead and straighten your right leg in our standing head to knee pose on the right. And then go ahead and bend your knee when you've had enough and step back down. Wonderful job. I always love putting something fun in that you can go practice off your mat. So go ahead and turn to the front of your mat. Inhale nice and tall. Exhale, fold forward, planting your hands on the ground, bending your knees, and then step your right leg back and your left leg back into our high plank. Shoulders over your wrists. Inhale, tuck your tail, engage your core. Exhale, lift your hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Walk your feet out. Inhale your right leg up and back. Exhale, bring your right knee behind your right wrist, letting your shin lay across the ground, and then lengthening that left leg back and long. Your left hip should be over your right heel, and you can always grab a block to put under your hips. You can grab a blanket and roll it up if you need some extra support. You can always lay on your back and bring your right ankle over your right knee, over your left knee, and then grab behind your left thigh and just pull your legs in that way for supine pigeon. But right now, take a nice inhale and then exhale and walk your hands forward. And go ahead, if you can come down to your elbows, you can do that. If you want to grab a block and put it under your chest or your forehead, that is always wonderful too. Or you can lay your head on your hands or your mat, whatever is comfortable for your body. And again, if this is hurting your knee, make sure you go ahead and flip to that back position so that you do not feel pain in your knee. Make sure that that left leg that's long, the top of your foot is really grounded into the mat. And then just relax. Take some deep breaths. The 4 count in and 4 count out. Inhale, begin to lift your chest, walking your hands back to your hips. Take your weight and start to lean to the right side of your glute and swing that left leg all the way around and on top of your right. So you'll stack your left knee over your right knee and you'll sit up real straight. Your feet can kind of be back as far as they want. They won't be in line with your hips, but they can bend back behind to come alongside you. And sit up as tall as you can. Take a nice inhale. And if this feels good, you can stay right here. Otherwise, as you exhale, start walking your hands forward. And when you get to where is good for you, go ahead and drop your forehead. Relax your back and just breathe. Start walking your hands back up. You can take that left leg, swinging it all the way back around. Curl your toes under, come up on those left toes onto your right knee, and then bring that right knee back into your high plank. Take an inhale and exhale, lifting your hips up and back behind you into your downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up and back. Exhale, bring your knee behind your left wrist, and then drop your shin on the ground, releasing your right toes so the top of your foot is on the mat. Again, if you need to go into that supine position, feel free, and many times your sides are going to be different. So what you did on one side might be very different than what you need for the other. So go ahead, inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, walk your hands forward. Again, whatever you did on the other side, maybe try it on this side or take any modifications. And inhale and exhale, 4 count circular breath. Inhale, start to rise back up, walking your hands in, leaning onto that left side, swinging your right leg all the way around, stacking your right knee on top of your left, letting your feet come back by your hips. Inhale, sitting up straight. Exhale, walk your hands forward, and then curl your head down, letting your shoulders release over your knees into our cow-faced pose. Inhale, go ahead and walk your hands back up. Take both your feet and let them go straight out in front of you. You can kind of shake your legs out a little bit and then bring your arms up so they're parallel from your shoulders, palms facing up. And just slowly as you exhale, release your low back, curl your body down to the mat. You can place your palms on the mat alongside your hips and bring your feet in below your knees, a couple inches from your sit bones. So your knees are facing the ceiling and your feet are under your knees. On an inhale, you'll start to lift your hips. Really focus on one vertebrae at a time, lifting slowly, pressing through your heels, keeping your hands firm on the ground, and hold your hips. Inhale. Exhale and keep your hips high. Inhale, begin to lift both your hands up to the sky, all the way over your head so the back of your hands are lying on the ground above you, keeping your hips high. Exhale, bring your hands back all the way up and down to the mat, holding your hips up. We'll do this a couple more times. So inhale, keep your hips high, arms up alongside your head. Exhale, bringing your arms up and back to the mat, hips are high. One more time, inhale, arms all the way up and alongside your head. Exhale, as you bring your arms down, lower your hips down to the mat. Place both your hands on your knees and bring your knees into your armpits. Just kind of start to grab around your legs and rock side to side. Now bring your hands in between your knees and take your hands and grab the outside of your feet. And if that's not doable, go ahead and you can grab your ankles, you can grab your shins, whatever works, and then bring your feet like you're gonna plant them on the ceiling. And just rock side to side in your happy baby. If you want to lengthen one leg or the other, you can go ahead and do that. You can lengthen both legs. Just really focus on keeping your low back on the mat. Go ahead and release your feet. Give yourself one more big hug. Grab your arms, wrap them around your knees, bring your forehead to your knees, and say, thank you, body, for all you did for me today. And then let go and let your legs and arms go nice and long, sinking into your mat, getting comfortable for your shavasana. Your palms can face up or down, whatever's comfortable for you. And thank you so much for being present today, for putting yourself first and taking time for you today. We'll take a few minutes here now. Just relax. And coming back up on an inhale, bringing with you only what you need. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you coming and doing this with me. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any other videos as they start rolling out. And thank you again for meeting me on your mat.